Daniel Robert Levsen writes, if Paramount got their hands on James Bond, could you ever see a possible team up between MI6 and IMF?
Well, now the reason that question, for those who may not know, so Sony, their rights to Bond are expiring. I mean, this is it. This is their last Bond movie, maybe. It's kind of like LeBron James, his contract is up with his team, but he could re-sign with that team. Bless you. Sony could get Bond back. I mean, they're as much in the running as any other studio, but Paramount is certainly a viable option. You know, Universal's got their eyes on him and all that kind of stuff. So let's say he ends up, Paramount ends up winning the James Bond sweepstakes and they get the Bond character. Could we see Paramount then integrate them in creating a shared universe? I'm going to say, who knows what the people at Paramount are going to do. It would be stupid, though. I think it would be a totally wrong idea. James Bond is not somebody who plays, as a franchise, is not something that plays in a sandbox with 8 other kids. James Bond is James Bond. And you don't dilute James Bond. Now, that's not an insult to the Mission Impossible franchise. It's not an insult to the Bourne franchise. It's not an insult to any of it. But James Bond is best when it's James Bond. Leave him be. Things have been going great for the Bond franchise. And things have been going great for the Mission Impossible franchise. And things have been going great for everything else. So just leave it alone. I think it would be a tremendous mistake. Joshua, you're head of Paramount. You get Bond into your family.
Yeah.
Do you mix them with other super spy franchises?
I'm such a traditionalist when it comes to Bond. You know, it takes me back when I was a kid and watched with my dad. I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't love it. Maybe something like where Bond, it's just like mentioned where he's like, who's this Ethan Hunt guy? Get him out of here. And that's it. Like, I wouldn't want to see a crossover in the sense of like, who can out-action one another? Who's the better spy? Obviously, Bond is the better spy. I know we'll probably get some hate for that. I wouldn't want to see it. I think if it was done well, it would be cool, but I don't personally. And if I'm the head of Paramount, I say, let's keep them separate. Let's make our $1 billion off each and keep them a separate franchise. It's not a superhero world. There isn't that need to create parallel universes.
Right. It almost sounds to me like the Mission Impossible with Bourne and Bond. This sounds like it would be a really great 15-minute YouTube video.
Yeah.
But feature film, I'm not sure. What do you think?
Well, if they're gonna do it, the first stunt that they should have Ethan Hunt do then is that he jumps right over a shark. That's what they have him do.
In a refrigerator.
In a refrigerator, because there's no reason to do this. Going off of your point, I agree with all your points, but the same thing, you say James Bond works well with James Bond. Ethan Hunt works well with Ethan Hunt.
Yeah.
And he has his team, but
That's their thing.
And Bond has his team too. You know, he's got Q and he's got every. But
who's got better toys, me or Ethan
right?
Hunt?
And I don't want to see it. It'd be bad. It would turn into the same thing. Bond versus Hunt in the beginning. Then they team up and it'd be the same thing. Would it be fun to watch? Same thing in McCougar said. Yes, it'd be fun because you want to go. It's the Freddy versus Jason thing. It's what gets you into the theater. And then let's say Universal gets them. Then is the story going to be that they're going to pair up Bourne with with Bond? It's like, so I don't want to see that. I like them all standing alone by themselves. I don't think the world's really mixed, even though they're spies.